Hey everybody, Dieter Kurtenbach. We're at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. The Warriors take Game 5 and extend these NBA Finals to a 6th game back in Oakland. I got 3 things and we got to start with the bad news. And it's really, really bad news if you're a Warriors fan, if you're just a fan of basketball in general. Kevin Durant played his first game tonight in 33 days. He missed 9 playoff games with a right calf injury. It was finicky. It was frustrating. He finally got cleared to play before Game 5, game time decision, but he was in the starting lineup. He played for 12 minutes and looked absolutely fantastic. He looked good enough that you thought there was a real good shot that the Warriors could run off 3 straight wins and win an NBA championship in the most improbable of circumstances. It took one wrong step for a lot of those hopes and dreams to go away, but more so than that, for Kevin Durant's season to end. Durant is not going to play in Game 6. He's not going to play in Game 7. He left Scotiabank Arena after that second quarter twist on crutches and in a walking boot. Bob Myers, through tears, telling us after the game it's an Achilles injury, and that's the worst case scenario. And obviously, people will draw the conclusion, right calf injury, right Achilles injury. I will say this, he looked really good in the 12 minutes that he played. So while they're absolutely connected, you can't say that they're not, there is also a freak element to this. If it is the Achilles, and if it is as bad as it seems to be, given the mood, the somber mood of the entire Warriors organization, that's devastating. Not just for this Warriors team, because, Lord, they could use Kevin Durant in this series, even though they got the win tonight, but also for Kevin Durant in general. If it's a full Achilles tear, as we've seen with DeMarcus Cousins, that will keep him out for a calendar year. And he'll get his money this summer, whether it's from the Warriors or another team. He's Kevin Durant. He might be the greatest scorer of all time, but you just don't know what you're getting on the back end after you tear your Achilles. It is a career ender for most big men. Now, Kevin Durant's a totally different cat, but again, if it's a full rupture, it's just heartbreaking news, because we might be robbed of some of the best years of basketball, of one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And obviously everybody's hopes, if you just give a damn about basketball in any way, shape, or form, is that it's not the worst case scenario with that Achilles injury, and that Kevin Durant is back on the court no matter what jersey he might be wearing as soon as possible, and that he's back to being Kevin Durant. Second point, the Warriors showed a lot of guts in this game to win it. And I'm not sure if guts is going to be able to get them across the finish line for a Game 6, much less a Game 7 on top of that. But you have to be inspired by how the Warriors played. They almost gave this game away. Kawhi Leonard did some crazy Kawhi Leonard stuff. He looked ready to end the dynasty here tonight, and Scotiabank Arena was going crazy. It felt like the Raptors moment, and all the Warriors did was come back and knock down 2 big threes. Klay Thompson knocking down 2 3-pointers in the final 2 minutes and 37 seconds that give the Warriors a 3-point lead, and then another 3-point lead. And the Raptors had 3 chances to win the title, 3 offensive possessions. Kawhi Leonard gets double-teamed by the Warriors. He has to give the ball up, and the Raptors cannot get the job done. And this is the third point. This is the Warriors' formula. If they are to do it, and there is plenty of reasons to think that they will not, but if they are to do it, they're going to need every bit of what they got tonight without Durant, a little bit more, and they're going to need the Raptors to take their performance in the final seconds of this game and really expand it out over 20, 30, 48 minutes. The Raptors had a championship within their fingers' reach, and they couldn't get the job done on home soil. That might linger. That might stick with them. And we saw this from the Raptors multiple times. They came into these playoffs as a team who couldn't get the job done, a team that couldn't rise to the occasion, that was overwhelmed by the moment. And Kawhi Leonard, who has been so spectacular throughout his career and won an NBA Finals MVP award with the San Antonio Spurs, is an NBA champion, dissipated a lot of those concerns because the Raptors just gave him the ball and let him do his thing. He is unflappable, and he was certainly that tonight. He was fantastic in the fourth quarter, just absolutely godlike in the fourth quarter. But when the Warriors threw the double team on him, he made the right play, and that's what you ask your star to do. Make the right play, trust your teammates, and his teammates couldn't get the job done. And you think back to the series that I'm sure you weren't watching, but if you did, you would have noted the series before this one. The Raptors, when the going got tough, they gave the ball to Leonard and they got the hell out of the way. No one else wanted any part of that business, and the Warriors have to put the Raptors in a situation time and time again in Game 6, and if there is a Game 7, in Game 7, to where Kawhi Leonard isn't the guy who is going to be taking the big shot. It's going to be somebody else. If they can do that, they stand a chance. If they can get what they got out of DeMarcus Cousins tonight, outside of the terrible moving pick screen that was blatant and should have never happened because, come on, it was just the first pick he set all game. Other than that, the inspired performance, he was benched in this game. Steve Kerr had to go to him after Durant's injury. He had no choice, and he played great basketball and expanded the Warriors' lead a little bit from where Kevin Durant had gotten them. If you can get that same kind of performance out of DeMarcus Cousins, that's fantastic. You're probably going to need a little more. You're going to need more out of Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry, and they were so good down the stretch for the Warriors. They combined for 57 points. That's got to be 65, maybe even 70 in Game 6. And they got to play the lockdown defense that we saw towards the end. Kyle Lowry hitting a shot off the side of the backboard in the final seconds, but it wasn't Kyle Lowry's fault. Draymond Green getting a hand to it. Draymond Green affecting things when he needed to. And we also saw Draymond Green bring out his offensive game in the clutch. They're going to need him to do that again. They're going to need Andre Iguodala to do it again. It is all hands on deck. Anything must go, throwing everything up against the wall. I don't know if the Warriors can do it, but I will say this. Do not bury the champions before they're actually dead. They will lose or win on their own accord. But don't say Kevin Durant is out, these Warriors have no chance. They have won a game in this series. They gutted it out tonight. This team has a little extra something that could come through in a big way. And the Raptors, as good as they have looked throughout this entire series, did not take advantage of a massive opportunity tonight, an opportunity to win an NBA championship. Maybe that last step is the hardest one to take if you're the Toronto Raptors. The Warriors certainly know what it takes to win a championship. They will not shy away from the moment. Game 6 is going to be absolutely fascinating. This has been the weirdest NBA Finals I can remember in a very long time. Now the most somber NBA Finals I can remember in a long time. Peculiar, whatever word you want to throw on it. This one, it is strange, peculiar, and it has a chance to be really, really special if it already isn't. I'm fascinated to see what happens in Game 6. I'm excited to bring you coverage afterwards. We'll talk to you from Oracle Arena.